Hey, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I'm using kind of a different deck. It's called Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, and it's kind of an acid trippy kind of deck. I actually bought this deck years ago when it first came out, and I have to say I've never used it. So this is one of the first, or one of the few readings I've done with it. So I just felt called to use this deck today. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. Each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. And my intention for this reading, as always, is just to get some fresh ideas and insights about the week ahead. So I have decorated my tree, as you can see right here, and I'm joined by my kitty cat, Mernina. So there's definitely I wanted to have my tree as the background for this video, so it gave that Christmassy vibe. Okay, so let's move on to the first card. So the first card is for Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And we have the Knight of Chalices. So the Knight of Cups. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I feel like this is the first time I've ever seen this card. So I'm just gonna take a moment to look at this card. Okay. So the Knights are all about forward movement and adventure. This particular knight, there doesn't seem to be a lot of movement. He's kind of standing still. Now, the Knights are adventurers, and the way that they adventure and the things that they dive into and explore depends on what suit they represent. So, because the suit of Cups is all about feelings, emotions, and relationships, the Knight of Cups is an explorer of those realms. So the adventures that he goes on has to do with exploring his feelings, exploring his emotions, taking the path that his heart leads him on, so following his heart, and exploring, how to be in relationship to others, whether that's a romantic relationship, friendship, other kinds of relating and relationships. So, but what does he mean for us? The message I get is take time this week to explore your feelings. And this may be about a particular thing that you have strong feelings about. Take the time to explore those feelings. And this actually may mean standing still for a minute, because this knight isn't racing off into the sunset. He is standing still. And this may mean cultivating stillness this week. And I feel like I'm a broken record. I'm always saying, go inward, go within. But I do feel like this card is encouraging us all to go inward and explore our feelings and take a curious, adventurous approach to this. So this isn't about exploring your feelings so that you can get rid of them if they're uncomfortable feelings. It's about being genuinely curious and why do I feel this way? What does this feeling represent? So if you're feeling angry or frustrated or stressed out or sad, or even if you're feeling really excited or more positive, really exploring those feelings, taking the time to sit with those feelings. Now let's look at the middle card. So this is for the middle of the week, Wednesday, and all the cards, just the way I shuffled them, they all turned out reversed. So I'm just turning them right side up because I don't do reversals. Also, all the cards in the deck are one way. I just accidentally put them reversed. So I didn't intend for them to be reversed. So hopefully that doesn't bother you. I know some people, it bugs them when I turn a reverse card right side up. Okay, the Hanged Man. This is a major arcana card, And this is a powerful card in many ways. It's a very spiritual card. It's interesting, there's two people on this card. One person's hanging upside down with a butterfly, with a book and a butterfly net. The other guy has managed to get down on the ground and isn't hanging, but he's still tethered. This is kind of interesting because the person who's hanging upside down is very chill about it. She's reading a book. She's okay. So the Hangman is about, how we deal with those times in our lives where we are kind of powerless, and when things outside of our control may keep us stuck. And how we use that time and what we do with that. This is about inner transformation. So when you can't control the things around you, if you can't control or affect your outer reality in the way that you want to, you can always change your inner reality. So your inner reality being how you respond to something, your thoughts, your feelings, your consciousness. And we always have that choice to change our inner reality. So again, I kind of highlighted when I talked about the Knight of Cups about going inward and exploring your feelings, exploring your emotions. And the Hangman is about going inward and exploring your consciousness. So I think of things like, the obvious things are like meditation, but really this is about exploring your inner world and your thoughts, your feelings, your responses, your reactions to things, and really exploring that. And like I said, if you're feeling frustrated by what's going on in your outer world, how can you respond to it in a way that feels good, in a way that feels true and authentic? What inner changes can you make to support yourself? If you're not getting sustenance from the outside world that you need, what can you do in the inner realms to provide sustenance for yourself? Okay, let's look at the third card. I'm just distracted for a second. I've been hearing these weird noises, and I think it's crows dropping things on my roof. Every now and then the crows get active and they start dropping stuff on the roof, and it doesn't happen that often, but it's happening right now. Okay. I'm just looking at the cards to see if there's any crows in these cards. There kind of is like a crow up there. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess. Woo! We've got the High Priestess for the end of the week. She's a powerful one, and she really brings home the message that I've been giving with these first two cards. So the High Priestess is the queen of going inward. She is the guardian of the inner realms. And whenever the High Priestess comes up, she is saying, go inward. That's where your power is right now. And there's, always going to be times for taking action, times for focusing on the outer world and taking action in that world. And there's times for inaction and for going inward and exploring your consciousness, exploring your subconscious, meditating, going inward. There are times for that as well. And it feels like this is the week for doing that. And you may even feel yourself being less energetic than usual this week, and that is kind of an indication that you need to go inward. I know that this week, the last few days, I've felt exhausted, like so tired, and I wanted to do another video for my Tarot Deep Dive series, but I was so tired, I just couldn't do it. And so I did spend the week mostly doing a lot of meditation and stuff like that and resting. And it feels like this next week will be kind of similar in that this isn't going to be a high energy, extroverted kind of week, really. You'll have a lot of opportunities for going inward and sort of sitting with your feelings and exploring your inner worlds, exploring your inner universe. And you may feel excited by that. You may feel comforted by that thought, or you may be like, ugh, no, I don't want that. And that's okay too. Just noticing how you respond to that. So let's talk about the High Priestess. I love this card. She's got mice. There's a cat, crescent moon, all kinds of stuff going on with this card. So the High Priestess is such a powerful, such a magical card, and she's reminding you that you are divine, that you are more than just your physical body, you are more than just the way your life appears, you know, you're more than your accomplishments and your failures, you're more than your job, you're more than, you know, your relationships and your goals and your desires. You're much bigger than that, you're much deeper, and there's more to you than that, even if you don't always see it. So it's almost like the you that you are conscious of is like just the tip of the iceberg. And there is this whole you that is kind of submerged, that is kind of secret, that you're not totally aware of. And the High Priestess encourages you to start waking up to the reality of the bigger you. And I've been doing a lot of reading about how we are multi-dimensional creatures, but we're just sort of focused on the third dimension, but that we actually have the capacity to be multi-dimensional and explore other dimensions. And it's just a matter of waking up to these parts of ourselves. And I love that message, and I'm hearing that message with the High Priestess. So let's look at all three of these cards together. And oh goodness, I've been talking for 12 minutes already. Okay, I just want to look to see if there's anything that stands out to me other than the overall message of these cards, of going inward. I do see with the Hanged Man, there's like this arch, and it's almost like a portal. And sometimes feeling restricted and sometimes feeling restricted in your outer life is actually acting as a portal to go inward. It kind of forces you inward when there's nowhere to go in your life at the moment. It forces you inward, and that's what I'm getting from that card, and that's kind of reiterated with the High Priestess. All right, so I hope you found this reading helpful. My name is Kate. You can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got tons of fun tarot learning resources on there for you. I'll put the link to my site in the info below this video. And as always, let me know what you think of this reading. Let me know if you have a different take on the cards. You know, feel free to add your own 2 cents. I'd love to hear it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.